Welcome to What the Asset, where we listen to our subscribers and break down everything you need to know about financial assets. From crypto and stocks to bonds and ETFs, we cover it all. If you're into this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So what is POLYMARKET exactly? Think of it as an exchange for outcomes. Each market is a yes-no question with a transparent rule set and a fixed resolution date. Prices trade between 1 and 99 cents, and at settlement, the correct side pays out $1 per share. If you buy yes at 42 cents and it resolves true, you receive $1 and net 58 cents before fees. If you change your mind or want to manage risk, you can sell before resolution, just like closing a position on an exchange. The economic intuition is straightforward. The live price is the crowd's probability estimate. When new information hits, a data release, a court decision, an injury report, a surprise headline, the price updates instantly. You're not making vague predictions or hoping the market interprets your thesis your way. You're taking a direct position on a clearly defined outcome with a known payoff. A big reason POLYMARKET deserves your attention is product market fit. Everyone has views on public events, macro, politics, sports, tech launches, even pop culture. And most of those views die on social media or in a group chat. POLYMARKET turns those views into tradable exposures. That shift matters because it gives you two things at once. First, a hedge or speculation tool with a bounded payoff. Second, a real-time information signal you can actually use. If a market sits at 62 cents, that's a 62% implied chance. Not a pundit's take, but the current price where people with money at stake are willing to trade. For analysts and builders, those odds are a dashboard. For traders, they're an opportunity. Mechanically, it's familiar to anyone who's used a crypto exchange. You fund with stablecoins, pick a market, and place an order in dollars and cents. You can use market orders to get in immediately or set limits if you're patient and want better pricing. Because the payout is capped at $1, position sizing is easy and tail risk is obvious. What you pay is your maximum loss on a long share, and the rest, up to $1, is your maximum gain. Prefer to bet against an outcome? Either buy the opposite side directly or sell your shares if the venue supports it. You can also build more nuanced exposures. Scale into a position as your conviction rises, trade around news cycles, or hedge other portfolios. For example, if your crypto stack suffers when inflation surprises, buying CPI above X% can be a cheap insurance policy around release day. POLYMARKET's edge is that it sits natively on crypto rails. That means transfers are fast, settlement is transparent, and the platform can spin up markets quickly when the news cycle demands it. Historically, the platform has leaned on efficient, low-fee chains and USDC settlement, which keeps friction low for active traders. The result is a venue that feels familiar to on-chain users, but approachable for anyone comfortable with dollar-denominated trading. Let's talk categories, because breadth is a big part of the appeal. Macro and policy markets cover things like rate decisions, inflation prints, unemployment releases, and legislative outcomes. Elections and geopolitics bring in huge attention around debates, polling swings, and court rulings. Sports markets respond to injuries, coaching changes, and schedule quirks. And because settlement criteria are spelled out, you know exactly what counts. Tech and culture markets are where hype meets reality. Product ship dates, feature rollouts, award season, even whether a device hits a certain sales milestone. If there's a public, verifiable outcome and a clear rule set, it's a candidate for a market. That variety means you can specialize. Some traders live on scheduled macro events with clean data pipelines. Others focus on fast-moving news and sentiment. Others treat these like binary options with tight risk budgets and lots of entries. Because this is crypto native, it's worth clarifying the token question up front. POLYMARKET does not have a native platform token at the time of this recording. You trade in stablecoins, period. There are no staking tiers to unlock basic functionality, no utility token you need to hold to get normal fees, and no number go up tokenomics to navigate. If a token ever arrives, you'd want to see a clear breakdown of supply, distribution, emission schedule, and utility. But right now, that's not part of the platform. The upside is simplicity. The downside, if you were hoping to buy a POLYMARKET coin, is that there isn't one. Access and compliance are practical considerations. Depending on your jurisdiction, you may face restrictions or redirects, especially in the US, where prediction markets sit under tighter rules. The availability picture has evolved over the years and can continue to evolve. So the smart approach is to check current access and KYC requirements when you sign up. The larger point is that POLYMARKET has grown by leaning into clarity, crisp rules for each market, transparent resolution sources, and mechanisms that minimize subjective judgment. That makes it easier to assess risk, easier to backtest, and easier to trust the settlement process. Fees and liquidity deserve a quick word. Fees are taken on trades and/or settlement, and while they're modest in most cases, active traders should factor them into expected value, especially if you're scalping small edges. Liquidity is event-dependent. Big headline markets typically sport tighter spreads and deeper books, while niche questions can be thinner and move on smaller orders. That's where discipline helps. Use limit orders, avoid chasing illiquid tails, and size according to the payout math. A 10-cent swing on a 35-cent contract is a much bigger percentage move than it looks. If you're new and want a clean way to start, pick scheduled events with well-defined data sources, think CPI, policy meetings, major sports finals, or election deadlines, and trade small. Write down your thesis, your entry price, your target, and your exit conditions. Review what actually moved the price. Was it a leak, a rumor, a reweighting of probabilities as time decayed, or a genuine data surprise? Over time, you'll learn which edges are repeatable and which are noise. What about the people behind the platform and where it's headed? POLYMARKET's team has built the brand into the best-known crypto prediction venue by doing simple things well. Quick market creation, clear rules, reliable settlement, and approachable UX. The road ahead is about depth and scale. More markets per category, better limits, smoother onboarding, more robust APIs and analytics for power users, and continued work on access so more regions can participate legally. On the product side, expect tooling that makes it easier to manage portfolios of event risk, grouping related markets, viewing exposure by theme or date, and exporting fills for strategy review. As prediction markets move into the mainstream, expect more integrations with media and data platforms, where live odds appear alongside headlines the way prices appear next to earnings reports. Since there's no platform token to buy, the Where to Buy section flips into How to Start Trading. The steps are straightforward. Create an account, pass any required verification, deposit stablecoins through the supported rails, and choose a starter market with clear rules and healthy liquidity. If you want to reduce friction, practice on 1 or 2 markets you understand deeply. Scheduled macro prints are great teachers. And only scale once your journal shows a real edge. Treat this like any other trading venue. Risk small, track results, cut what doesn't work, and stick to what does. To wrap it up, POLYMARKET takes an old human habit, making predictions about the world, and gives it an exchange. The payoff is fixed, the rules are visible, the odds are live, and the crowd's conviction is priced second by second. If you were hoping for a token to speculate on, that's not the play here. But if you want a clean, transparent way to express views on real-world outcomes, or to learn from the market's collective forecast, this platform is hard to ignore. You now have a much clearer picture before you start making any decisions. If you found this helpful, drop a like and subscribe to What the Asset for more deep dives. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.